Hi to everyone. I am Dr. VNS Venkateswarao, working as an Associate Professor from the Department of Chemistry in Institute of Aeronautical Engineering, Hyderabad. So today I would like to give the topic on the one of the important problems related to the permanent hardness of the water. And title is numerical problems on the permanent hardness in terms of calcium carbonate equivalence by using EDTA method. So before starting the topic, we see first of all what are the topics content involved in today's section. So first of all, introduction to the permanent hardness of the water. Next we see problems. So first we see introduction. First of all, permanent hardness. Permanent hardness is usually determined by titrating with a standard solution of ethylene diamine tetraestic acid EDTA. So that means permanent hardness. Generally, permanent hardness is caused by the salts of calcium and magnesium chlorides and sulfate salts. That means the sulfates and chloride salts of calcium and magnesium. And what is the meaning of the standard solution? Standard solution is nothing but a known concentrated solution. A known concentration solution. So that means a known strength or a known concentration solution is called as a standard solution. In this case, the EDT is a standard solution. So this is the meaning for the standard solution. So the EDT is a complexing or chelating agent used to capture the metal ions. This causes the water to become softened, but the metal ions are not removed from the water. That means this EDTA involves to determine the how much percentage or how much amount of the hardness present in the sample of the water, but it cannot remove the metal ions present in the sample of the water. So that means the extent of permanent hardness can be calculated by simply calculating the number of the moles of calcium and magnesium present in the sample solution. That means which contains calcium chloride, calcium sulfate, and magnesium chloride and magnesium sulfate. That means calcium chloride is nothing but CaCl2 and calcium sulfate CaSO4 and magnesium chloride MgCl2 and magnesium sulfate MgSO4. So these are the components present in the hardness of the water. That means these are the salts causes the hardness of the water. So and permanent hardness of the water is caused by the presence of soluble salts like calcium and magnesium in the form of their chlorides and sulfides. That means permanent hardness is the hardness mineral content that cannot be removed by the boiling. So generally the water should be purified in domestic purpose by boiling purpose, but the permanent hardness cannot be removed by boiling process. That means when this is a case, it is usually caused by the presence of calcium sulfate or magnesium sulfates in the water, which do not precipitate out as the temperature increases. That means these salts like the salts of chlorides and sulfate salts of calcium and magnesium, it should not undergo precipitation when it is boiling takes place. Without precipitation, we cannot remove those salts. And permanent hardness of the water is removed by the treatment of the washing soda, nothing but sodium carbonate. So what is the formula for washing soda? Na2CO3. That means washing soda can be used for removing of the permanent hardness by precipitation reaction. So that means hard water can be softened by adding washing soda, sodium carbonate, which removes the calcium ions in a precipitation reaction. So for example, if you see calcium chloride is present as a permanent hardness, if you add the sodium carbonate Na2CO3, that means what happens? It gives the products like CaCO3. CaCO3 is a precipitate, calcium carbonate, and it gives the NaCl. That means 2 moles of the NaCl. So this precipitate is removed. This precipitate is removed. CaCO3. So precipitate is mentioned by down arrow. So this precipitate is removed by the filtration process. Filtration process. Okay, so now alternatively the hard water can be passed through an ion exchanger resin in a column. Soda ions replace the calcium ions in the water and as it passes through the column. So this is the one of the other method when it is passes through a ion exchanger, nothing but especially cation exchanger column, the sodium ions are replaced by these calcium and magnesium ions present in the water. So this is another method to soften the water, that means to remove the permanent hardness of the water. And this permanent hardness is also called as non-carbonate hardness. That means we see the salts like calcium chloride, calcium sulfate, and magnesium chloride and magnesium sulfate. There is no involvement of the carbonate. That's why these are called as a non-carbonate hardness. So non-carbonate hardness, and non-carbonate hardness is also comes in a category of the permanent hardness, as cannot be removed by the boiling process, generally in domestic purpose. Now let us see the problems based on the permanent hardness in terms of equivalence of CaCO3. So first of all, a sample of the water of 100 ml required 8.4 ml of 0.02 molar EDTA with EBT as indicator after removing the carbonate hardness. So carbonate hardness is nothing but a out of permanent hardness. Why? Because the permanent hardness is called as a non-carbonate hardness. That means calculate the permanent hardness in terms of the calcium carbonate equivalence. Now given data is equal to, for 100 ml of the water, 8.4 ml of the 0.02 molar EDTA with EBT as indicator after removing the carbonate hardness. That means the remaining is permanent hardness, non-carbonate hardness. Now by using the formula, M1V1 is equal to M2V2. So left side considered as water and right side considered as a EDTA. Okay, so now M1 into 100 is equal to M2, nothing but 0.02 into 8.4. Okay, so that means M1 is equal to 0.02 into 8.4 divided by 100. 0.02 into 8.4 divided by 100. We got the molarity nearby 0.00168. 0.00168 molar. Now from the molarity value we can determine the permanent hardness of the water. So that means permanent hardness of water should be equal to M1 into 100 into 1000. Why can value use the 100 and 1000? Why? Because it is the molecular weight of the calcium carbonate. 100 is used. 100 is the molecular weight of the calcium carbonate. So that is the first reason. And second reason, 1000 we determine the hardness per liter. So that's why we use the values of 100 into 1000. Now we see M1 value 0.00168. 0.00168 into 100 into 1000. Finally, we got the hardness value nearby 168 ppm. 168 ppm. Okay, so this is the solution for model problem 1. Next problem, a sample of the water 20 ml required 4.6 ml of the 0.01 molar EDTA with EBT as indicator after removing the carbonate hardness. That means calculate permanent hardness in terms of the calcium carbonate equivalence. Now we see given data 20 ml of the water, so it requires 4.6 ml of 0.01 molar EDTA. Now by using the formula, nothing but M1 P1 is equal to M2 V2. From left side we consider water and from right side we consider EDTA. So that means as per the given data, M1 into 20 M1 into 20 is equal to 0.01 into 4.6. That means M1 is equal to 0.01 into 4.6 by 20. M1 is equal to 0.01 into 4.6 by 20. We got the value 0.0023 molar. 0.0023 molar. Now from the value of M1 we can determine the permanent hardness. So permanent hardness of water should be equal to M1 into 100 into 1000. Already why you can use the 100 into 1000 in this formula we can explain in previous slide. So that means M1 0.0023 0.0023 into 100 into 1000. Okay, now the value is equal to 230 ppm. 230 ppm. So this is the solution for model problem 2. Now let us see model problem 3. A sample of the water 20 ml required 14.5 ml of the 0.02 molar EDTA with EBT as indicator after removing carbonate hardness. Calculate the permanent hardness in terms of the calcium carbonate equivalence. So that means given data 20 ml of water should be equal to 14.5 ml of 0.02 molar EDTA. So from the formula M1 V1 is equal to M2 V2. Always from left side we consider water, right side EDTA. For the easiest calculation purpose, M1 into 20 is equal to M2 0.02 into 14.5. So that means M1 is equal to 0.02 into 14.5 by 20. Okay, M1 is equal to 0.02 into 14.5 divided by 20. So we got the value 0.0145 molar. Okay, 0.0145 molar. So from this molarity we can calculate the permanent hardness of the water. Permanent hardness of water is equal to M1 into 100 into 1000. What is the value of M1? 0.0145. 0.0145 into 100 into 1000. Finally, we got 1450. 1450 pp. Okay, so this is the solution for model problem 3, and the permanent hardness should be equal to 1450 ppm. Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.